Movies and Martinis celebrates women and diversity in the entertainment world
by ranking trending movies, shows, and books
with two completely different perspectives and ranked by delicious martinis.
Listen to find out how many martinis we felt it was worth.
And learn about the women who have written, performed, and/or directed in everything we have rated.
A new episode is available every Thursday on your favorite podcast platform and YouTube. What's up, everyone? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy. Hey, Priya, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I'm good. Are you feeling fall?
Yes. Cheers.
Oh, good.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Gym mug.
You have to stay hydrated.
Yes.
We're entering the months when we start feeling dry.
I know.
Gotta stay hydrated.
I know, but guess what? We have pumpkin spice latte.
We have pumpkin spice everything, especially here in Tennessee. Pumpkin spice crap comes out of everywhere.
Oh my God, I love it.
Everything. But I do love the smell.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm hungry.
Okay, so today,
what are we talking about today?
Yeah, we are talking about It Ends With Us. It's a movie that came out in the movie theaters based on the book It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And the movie stars Blake Lively.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. And so if you have or have not watched it or have not read it, total spoiler alerts, maybe cover your head. Wow. Maybe cover your ears so that we can talk a little bit about it. And I want to really reemphasize that. We're going to talk just a little bit about it because we know how a lot of you are feeling out there with the movie. Yes. You love it or you hate it. That makes sense.
Let's get to the tea.
Yeah, so the big tea and the big talk is It Ends With Us. So how did you feel about It Ends With Us?
Okay, so we read the book for a book club, so that everybody knows. Yes. You could definitely check it out. It ends with us and it starts with us. So it's a 2-book series by Colleen Hoover. And I thought the movie was good. So I know there are 2 cuts of it. There's the Blake Lively cut, and there's the cut of the guy who directed it, who also starred her love interest, Ryle. I think it was Ryle. Mm-hmm. But they didn't use Ryle's version. They used Blake Lively's version.
Okay.
And so I thought it was good. I thought it was the right amount of trigger in the movie. Maybe his version had more triggers because a lot of it's based on domestic violence. So there's a lot of bad press surrounding that and how he's talking about the domestic violence and Blake's avoiding it.
Right.
And I don't think that's like a marketing ploy. Like I don't think that they're faking that. I think that's like a serious thing. She's just, if you see her in an interview, she's not talking about it. She's like, it's kind of annoying the way she's responding. Anyway, but I thought the movie was good. It did the story justice. And I hope they do a second. I hope they do the next book.
I would think they will because this did so well. So I wasn't surprised with the backlash that the movie got because the book had it from day one. So a lot of people were upset because they felt that Colleen Hoover was romanticizing domestic violence, right? Yeah. So, and it's split in the middle, right? There's like 50% people that agree and 50 that disagree.
Yeah.
So it could go either way, and that's completely up to the person, right? And not everybody that has an opinion has experienced it. So we'll just leave that there. Mm-hmm. However, I did enjoy the book, and so I went to watch the movie. And I loved the movie. I'll start right there. I think the movie was beautifully done, but I could right off the bat see where they're saying that it's romanticized. Mm-hmm. And I could see the parts of the book that are not being shared. So one of the things that I think the movie was lacking is the journaling process that is so important in the book. Mm-hmm. So in the book, she's constantly referring to Dear Ellen and telling Ellen everything that's happening in her life.
Yeah.
Clearly, we don't really need it for the
movie
because we're watching it. So we don't need the description, which is what we're using in the book. However, with that happening in the book, by not having the journaling part, you miss out on a huge part, which is when Ryle finds all of the journals. So that's not really explained where that anger comes from, not to justify what he does in any way, shape, or form, but it explains everything he just read. Those journals had her most intimate feelings on when Atlas first touches her skin and they're sitting there just watching a movie, of how every day after school he would come and he would cook for her, and he would like make like these delicious sandwiches and cookies and all these different recipes. About how he smelled, how his hair fell on his face, how all these different experiences and things that she was feeling. That's in the journals, and that part you miss in the movie. You don't really understand.
I mean, there's little tidbits of all that stuff, but I mean,
I guess you get it more but then in the movie you get visuals that you didn't get in the book. However, when you go back to the book, in the book, she's struggling. She takes every penny that she has to put it into this little flower shop that then blossoms. But in the movie, it's like she's just got all this money, because that's like crazy. And if you're an entrepreneur, you know that's crazy. And if you know Boston, you know that that's high prices. So for her to have a shop of that level for a single girl,
had to take off like that,
it wasn't realistic.
In the book, didn't her best friend give her money for the shop too?
No, she helps her. I think she helps her once she comes in, but she scrunches up like every penny that she has, and that's her dream, to open up her own little flower shop in Boston. And so it makes you feel like she's struggling. She's in a little tiny apartment, and she's just, little by little. And in the movie, it's like, she has a name brand purse, and she really has a nice apartment. So moving to Riles is not a big deal. Where in the book, it was like, oh my God, he's rich. So that still, all that being said, I think the movie was great. So if you love the book and you love the movie, then fantastic. So do we. And if you didn't, then we respect it, because we know that, that is a very sensitive topic. And there's a lot of women struggling out there that cannot get out of a relationship. It's not simple. And it's not that easy as to telling him, well, what do you think the baby's going to think? And the guy just saying, oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Because usually
fine,
what happens
no
is
problem.
that when you approach the guy, it gets worse. Like
it gets worse. It's never that simple. So,
when you want to leave, that's when most of the attempted murders, all those things happen.
The stalking and all that stuff. So so I could see where people come and say, yeah, you're making it sound like it's simple. But Priya, you and I worked with domestic violence victims when we had our nonprofit, and we know how horrible that can be, and how they're just stuck there, year after year after year. And it's just so. With that being said, we are going to take a big pass on rating this movie and the book. If you loved it, you loved it. And if you didn't, you didn't. So we respect that.
So thank you guys so much for listening. Like, share, follow, subscribe, all that great stuff.
All the good stuff.
And we'll see you next week. And next week, we are covering book club.
Yes. That's our favorite. All right, you guys. So keep watching stuff and let us know what you like and what you don't like. We'd love to hear about it. We'll talk to you later. Bye, guys. Bye.